My name's Eric, and I believe there is value in cross-racial relationships. My story starts with growing up in a white suburb of Chicago, and I moved to Chicago and eventually to a black neighborhood on the south side, and discovered that my upbringing had sort of handicapped me for some of the ways that I needed to function. So I wanted to talk about a couple things in particular. One, when I got to the neighborhood, I realized that I did not know how to accurately gauge my safety, and what information to believe. I had a lot of information from friends and people in my life who said that I shouldn't move there, and it would be unsafe and dangerous, and similar messages from the media about black neighborhoods in general, and in particular about that neighborhood, that it would be unsafe. But I didn't have the tools to be able to determine for myself whether or not I was safe as I walked around. I realized that was, a skill that I was lacking, or an ability that I was lacking. I couldn't really trust my instincts, since they seemed miscalibrated. And really through dumb luck, sort of developed some acquaintances with people in my building, formed friendship with some guys that hung out on the corner, and some other relationships in the neighborhood. And over time, those relationships and getting to know those folks and trusting those folks sort of helped me to recalibrate my instinct, or my ability to listen to whether or not I was safe, and to be able to say, if I feel safe with the people I'm with in the situation, then indeed I am safe, and I don't need to question that. And that served me certainly in that situation, in that neighborhood, because I was able to feel okay in my home and in my neighborhood. But it served me beyond that in my life, just to sort of kind of have a more accurate relationship with my heart and with my gut, in terms of identifying where I am, and if I'm safe. That would not have happened if it hadn't been for some key relationships with people in that neighborhood. Another example is sort of where I grew up. It wasn't the standard culture to greet people, say hello, recognize people as you're sort of walking down the street. Maybe a quick hello, but for the most part, people sort of kept their head down. And when I moved to this neighborhood on the south side, I quickly realized that wasn't the culture there. Every time I left my house, whether or not I knew somebody, I'd be greeted, I'd be, make eye contact, and, hello, and conversation sort of recognized, it was something I was not used to, but something that was really enriching for me. Sort of felt like it had been something I was missing all my life, but just didn't know. And sort of experiencing that and coming to expect that in people, again, served me in that situation, in that neighborhood, because I was able to sort of really receive the value of that experience, of being able to walk through the world, and having these, quick, but meaningful and sincere connections with people. So it served me there, but it has also served me beyond there, because it gave me a sort of confidence to initiate those same types of interactions with anybody, of any race, even if they don't seem receptive. I sort of have the belief that people are capable of showing up to connect in that way, if given the chance. And so that's brought a lot of value for me. These might seem like small things, but really they're maybe subtle examples of pretty valuable shifts for me in my life. So my name is Eric, and I believe my story challenges the idea that there isn't any value in cross-racial relationships.